Hey guys, this is Steven, the Carnivore Pastor. I'm excited to be able to come and give you another video that I believe hopefully can help you out in your journey on the carnivore lifestyle. I said this in my previous videos is that I'm getting my channel built up and I really could use your help. If you would just take the time to like my videos, if you would please subscribe to my channel, and then if you would hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I post new material, it would be so much appreciated as I'm trying to get things rolling with my channel. I'm pretty busy during the week doing my first and foremost thing, and that is being a pastor. And so I don't always get to put out videos as quick as I would like, but I'm doing the best that I can at this time, and your help is much appreciated. Today, as I wanted to take this time to do this, I wanted to share something a little bit different. I've shared my story and you've gotten the introduction things, but I wanted to talk about today what I eat on Carnivore. Now, on Carnivore, I can tell you, it may be different than you, but I want you to understand that that's okay. One of the things I said, I think in my very first video, is that I would not condemn and I would not shame anyone on the way they are doing their carnivore journey. I'll be glad to encourage and help, give information, give my thoughts, but I'm never going to condemn or shame anyone. And at the same time, I'm not going to listen to or read anyone try to tell me how I'm not doing it right, or how I'm not doing this, and I'm not this. I don't have time for that. This is your journey. This is my journey. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've found to be successful for me. And so it works for me. And I'm constantly always tweaking things to try to enhance, make it better, and learn. So today we're going to talk about what I eat on the carnivore lifestyle. Usually I try to keep it simple because it makes it easy to do this. I try not to overdo it. I try not to get complicated with a whole bunch of recipes, and there are great recipes out there. They're great, they're wonderful, but I don't really have the time in my life to bog down with tons of recipes. I just try to do the KISS formula, nice, keep it simple, stupid. And that's what I do for me. Usually every morning when I get up, I usually get up around 6:30 or 7 a.m. every morning. And the first thing I do when I get up is come in and have my coffee. Now immediately some will go, "You drink coffee, you're not carnivore." And once again, this is my journey. If you don't think you should have coffee, or you don't like what coffee does to you, or what, then don't drink coffee. But for me, I drink coffee. And usually every morning, that's how I start my day. I have my coffee. I usually blend my coffee with anywhere from 2 to 3 tablespoons of grass-fed butter. Matter of fact, I've got a couple of different things to show you. I usually get my butter from Costco. We get the Kirkland's brand grass-fed butter, and we get the salted, and we use this on everything. This is a major staple in our family. It goes on about everything we eat, my wife and I, we do with the butter. But I start every day with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of my grass-fed butter. And then occasionally I will add in the chocolate salt element packet that I'll put in there to start my day with. Not always, but sometimes. Those are really good. You can check those out online, and they may help you too. But that's usually how I start my day. I don't normally start my day with eating eggs or bacon or anything like that yet. That's just normally how I start my day, and then I take off, I'm out of here, and I get going throughout my day. Sometimes my day works out where I get to come home for lunch. So somewhere around 1 o'clock, 1:30, it has been as late as 2 o'clock sometimes, If I'm able to come back to the house, I'll literally make lunch. Now my lunch consists of some crazy stuff. For some, sardines. Love sardines. Never had eaten sardines until the carnivore lifestyle. And one day I've tried them and found out that it's like eating tuna fish. And so they're a great source of omega-3s. I enjoy them. Not everybody does. That's fine. But sometimes I'll eat a whole can. And that's usually sometimes what I'll eat for lunch. Sometimes we'll have leftovers that I'll eat. Most of the time when I'm cooking my beef, whether it's burgers, whether it's steak, I kind of plan ahead. And so I'll cook, it's just my wife and I. So if I'm doing, we'll have 2 steaks, but I'll cook 4. And what that will do is that will give me some steaks already prepared. I will put them in the refrigerator, and if I'm home for lunch, I usually will preheat my oven to about 250 degrees. I will place them, once it's preheated, into the oven for about 10, 12, 15 minutes, somewhere like that, and pull them out. They're warm, they're still juicy, it doesn't dry them out, and I'll eat the leftovers. If I make a roast, we'll have at times leftovers. I'll eat leftover roast. But so sometimes it's that. And then other times I will just get a craving. I will come home if I'm able to for lunch and do bacon and eggs. And you can't go wrong with bacon no matter what. And usually the bacon that I get, once again, I like to show and help. Around my area, we have a brand called Carolina Pride, and it is 0 sugar bacon. And it's thin slice. You can also get the thick slice. I like the thin slice. And I buy 3 or 4 boxes of these, and we'll go through them. But I'll have that and eggs. We usually buy, 2 or 3 dozen or more eggs a week because we go through a lot of eggs in our week. But that usually will be if I'm able to come home. So I'll have the sardines, I'll do leftover meat maybe, or I'll do bacon and eggs. And that usually is what I do for lunch. I know some people don't eat lunch, and it's the same way with me. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat. Sometimes I'm just still not hungry, so I just keep right on going in my day. But if I'm hungry, that's what I do, I eat. Now sometimes I'm out and about, I'm not able to come home for lunch. And you're thinking, oh no, what am I gonna do? I'm hungry, I really wanna eat, I'm on the run, but I really want to eat something. What do I do? And so for me, I've just learned from others that are on YouTube that are doing the carnivore lifestyle. And so I have found that going to Wendy's or McDonald's, and I go in and order from their a la carte menu, and I'll get burger patties. I usually had done McDonald's, and they've been fine. And then I saw Dr. Sean Baker, I think, did one where he talked about going to Wendy's. And so I was like, never thought about that. So I went through a Wendy's just a couple weeks ago and asked them, they do the burger patties, sell them individually. They did. I got the large size, and they're actually 99 cents a piece. And so at 99 cents a piece, I order 5 of those. That's $5 plus your tax. That's a pretty good lunch right there. And so I'll eat that or the McDonald's patties. But occasionally I'm out, and if I'm maybe meeting someone for lunch, they'll say, where you want to go? I like to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I love chicken wings. Anybody who knows me knows I love chicken wings. They're one of my favorites. And so I go to Buffalo Wild Wings because they're the only ones that I'm aware of that they fry their wings in beef tallow. Many of them use seed oils, but they don't. And I really love their wings. I go in there, I get them plain, and go to town and eat about anywhere from 20 to sometimes 30 wings, according to how hungry I am. But that's kind of what I do for lunch. when I'm out on the go and not able to be at home to eat. And then when we get home, my wife and I get home, we do dinner. And we like to do dinner together. I try not to eat after 6:30. That's just my preference. I would rather just do that. It's kind of always worked for me. Sometimes if I wait till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, it kind of messes up my sleeping rhythm, or kind of, for me, it does. And so I try not to eat anything after 6:30. Our week, and every week, consists of either having steaks. I'll go to sometimes Costco and buy my steaks. We have a local butcher shop here that always is running specials on their steaks. And so I'll buy several of them then, and keep them in the refrigerator and have them ready to go. But we eat steak, and some people say, "Well, man, I couldn't afford to eat steak every night." Well, if you know how to shop, you can do that. And if you're not buying all the other junk, the sweets and the carbs and all the other junk that would go with that some people would have with a steak dinner, the breads and all that, you will find that your grocery bill, these are about the same or lower. Ours is actually lower. So we'll do steaks maybe a couple times a week. I usually buy my burger in bulk, usually 10 pounds at a time. I bring it home, separate it, put it into the individual bags, and we'll have that ready to go. Because sometimes I can make up patties and actually do a quick one for lunch if I need to. But we'll have burgers for dinner. And I love to smoke on my smoker or put things on my grill. So that's kind of what we do a good bit with the burgers. And then we do roast. I'll cook a roast in the crock pot where it's cooking all day. So by the time we get home, it's ready to go. And we eat that. Occasionally, we do go outside the beef world, and we'll sometimes have pork ribs or pork butt, and that's usually on a weekend when I've had time to get out there on the smoker and cook them. We'll have ribs and we'll have pork butt, and then always with like the pork butt, it's going to be way more than we can even eat after I've cooked it. We separate it into individual bags and we put it in the freezer. And then when I'm ready and decide that I want that again, I can pop it out. I stick that in some hot water and slowly begin to warm it up, and not just putting it on the stove and it doesn't dry it out. Then I'm able to have that for dinner again. And then of course, as I just said a while ago, that I love chicken wings. We'll buy chicken wings and I'll do them on the smoker also because I love smoked chicken wings. So that's usually kind of what we do for lunch. It's kind of what we do. It's normal. It's kind of how we do our week. I don't make it complicated. Some will say, "Man, don't you get tired of eating the same thing over and over again?" And I'm like, no, just like you probably don't get tired of eating potato chips, and you don't get tired of eating Little Debbie's, and over and over again. No, I don't, because this is what I eat. So this is what my body craves. And so I've never gone where I don't have a desire for steak or some kind of beef or something like that. I don't get tired of it. It's because it's what I feed my body with, and it's what fuels me, and it's what satisfies me. And so, yeah, that's kind of the way I do it and what I do, and I don't keep it complicated. Now, sometimes I do try to make it easy for myself. And so say I am home for lunch, or if I'm going to be home for dinner, but there's somewhere we got to go. Being a pastor, sometimes we have things we have to do, whether it's church services, whether it's counseling appointments, different meetings, or whatever we have to do. And so it's a get home and you got to do something quick. I'll usually, when I go to Costco, I always look for the 100% grass-fed beef patties, and I will put those either in the cast iron skillet and fry them up, or throw them on the grill real quick. They're real fast to cook. Maybe, however you want to do them. you can do that, and they're fast and they're easy, and you get your meal, and I can eat 3 or 4 of those or more. And once again, I'm satisfied. And then, like I said, I won't eat anything again after 6:30. And the next thing I'll have is in the morning around 6:30 or 7 when I start my day with my coffee and my butter. And so once again, that's kind of how I do it. I don't want it to be complicated, and I don't want it to be long. To have to cook and have to think about, oh, what am I going to have? It's easy. This is what we're going to have, and it's fast. So anyway, I hope this has helped you. Once again, you may do it different than me, but experiment with things. I try to experiment with different things and to see what I like and what I don't like. So I encourage you to do the same thing and just jump in there. It's easy. When you just know you're eating meat or meat products like eggs and butter, it makes things so much easier when you just know this is what you're eating on this lifestyle, and it has helped me tremendously. As you know, I've given him a story, 67 pounds down, haven't been there since the 1980s, lowered inflammation in my body, been able to get my psoriasis almost completely gone, been able to heal the gut area with IBS into almost completely back to normal. And so many benefits. And I would love for you, if you haven't made that decision, to give it a try for 30 days, maybe even 60 days, and see what it might do for you. Anyhow, gotta go for now. But until my next video, you have a blessed day.